Dear friends, English literature, Introduction to Drama, As You Like It by William Shakespeare, short questions with answers. Short questions 32 to 41. Question 32. Comment on the plot of the play As You Like It. Answer. As You Like It has a systematically worked out plot. Besides the main plot, there are three subplots in the play. The main plot deals with the love story of Rosalind and Wallenton. The subplots are: number 1, the love between Oliver and Celia; number 2, the love between Sylvius and Phoebe; and number 3, the love between Touchstone and Audrey. All the love affairs end happily with the ringing of the marriage bells. Shakespeare merges the subplots into the main plot in such a way that they do not hamper the progress of the main plot. He introduces the subplots in the play to make the atmosphere one of the genuine, undiluted love, joy, and peace. He maintains all the conditions Aristotle had laid down for a good play. It has a single action with a definite beginning, a middle, and an end. The dramatic climax of the play is found in the second scene of the third act. Then there are also peripetia and discoveries. Peripetia is the sudden change of fortune, and it is found in Rosalind's banishment from the court and in the recovery of the dukedom of the Duke Senior. Discovery refers to the resolution of the complications. In As You Like It, we find discovery when Duke Frederick comes to the Forest of Arden with an intention to put an end to the life of Duke Senior. But after meeting a saintly kind of man, he gives up the life of a villainy and decides to live a religious life. Thus, As You Like It, it has an artistic plot. Shakespeare in the play fuses different strands of stories very skillfully. Question 33. What do you know about the classical laws of unities? Or what are the dramatic unities? Answer. Dramatic unities are the principles of dramatic structure relating to action, time, and place. The unit of action demands that the action of a tragedy must be a complete whole. In an action, there may be a number of incidents and events, but together they must constitute one, and only one action. The unity of the action arises from the fact that every event has a logical connection with the rest of the action, and none of them is irrelevant. The unity of time demands that the action of a tragedy should remain confined within 24 hours. The unity of place demands that the action of a drama should occur in a single place. These three unities have, since the Renaissance, been considered to be necessary to create credibility in a play. During the pseudo-classical era, the unities were made into rigid rules, and their observance was considered essential. Question 34. How far are these observed in As You Like It? Answer. As You Like It is a romantic comedy. It observes none of the classical laws of unities. In the play, Shakespeare violated all the three unities, including the unity of action, although Shakespeare gives us no clear indication of the time taken by the action of the play from the opening scene to the close of the play. Efforts have been made by critics to arrive at some kind of estimation in this connection. From the opinions of different critics, it may be said that the entire action of the play covers not less than 10 days. Number two, the unity of place is also violated because the scene of the play shifts from the court to the forest of Arden, from the forest of Arden to the court, and then again from the court to the forest of Arden. Number three, Shakespeare does not observe the unity of action in the play because there are three subplots in the play besides the main plot. The main plot deals with the love story of Rosalind and Orlando. These subplots are: number A, the love between Oliver and Celia; number B, the love between Sylvius and Phoebe; and number C, the love between Touchstone and Audrey. Question 35. Who, in your opinion, is the hero of the play, as you like it? Answer. Hudson says, properly speaking, the play has no hero. For though Orlando occupies the foreground, the characters are mainly coordinate. The play has no hero in the sense of a tragedy. The tragedy has a central or dominant character whose downfall due to the fatal flaw in his character is illustrated in a play. There is no principal character in As You Like It to dominate the whole action of the play. But in a less formal sense, we may say that the play has a hero who is Orlando. In the play, Orlando is an embodiment of perfect chivalrous manhood, with unusual strength of character, force of will, magnanimity of heart, depth of soul, humanity, tenderness, and penetrating intellect. He is the mainspring of the drama, and the development of the drama chiefly depends on him. He quarrels with his brother Oliver, defeats the court wrestler Charles, and Rosalind falls in love with him. He is the center of interest in the play. Thus, if the play has any hero, it is none but Orlando. Question 36. Who do you consider the heroine of the play? Answer. Undoubtedly, Rosalind is the heroine of the play, As You Like It. She possesses brilliancy of wit, sparkling humor, strength of character, penetration of intellect, and all possible ideal virtues that make her a perfect woman and heroine. She is prominent throughout the drama. She possesses many good qualities. Being jealous of her popularity, Duke Frederick banishes her from the court. He feels that Rosalind's goodness and popularity would affect Celia. When Celia protests against her father's decision, he says that Rosalind is a very cunning girl who uses all possible methods to win the hearts of people, and in this way to put Celia into the background. Because of Rosalind's presence in the court, Celia's virtues have been eclipsed. Celia would appear to be brighter and more admirable if Rosalind leaves the kingdom. Orlando credits her with having Helen's cheek, Cleopatra's majesty, Atalanta's better part, and Lucretia's modesty. Besides Orlando, she is the central figure in the main plot and helps to develop the subplots and unties their complications in the end. She gives the finishing touch to the play by being the speaker of the epilogue. Thus, she is the heroine of the play As You Like It. Question 37. What do you mean by dramatic irony? Answer. Dramatic irony refers to the situation in a drama where The spectators understand things which the characters do not. It is a literary device which reveals the contrast between what the audience knows and what the character thinks he knows. It consists in the contrast between the two aspects of the same remarks of or situation. A remark made by a character in the play may have one meaning for him and another meaning for some of the other characters and for the audience. It may have one meaning for the speaker and some other characters and another meaning for the audience. Similarly, a situation in a play may have double significance in the sense that a disaster may be foreseen by the audience while the characters connected are ignorant of it. Sophocles masterly uses the technique of dramatic irony in King Oedipus, in which Oedipus unknowingly kills his father and marries his mother. Shakespeare presents it in his Troilus and Cressida and in Macbeth. Question 38. Can you cite any example of dramatic irony in As You Like It? Answer. As You Like It is not replete with dramatic irony, but it is not fully devoid of dramatic irony. We can cite several examples of dramatic irony from the play. Dramatic irony arises in the play from the disguise of Rosalind. Number 1. The mock wooing scene is an example of dramatic irony. Orlando and Rosalind fall in love with each other at the first sight, but in the forest garden she is disguised as a man named Ganymede. When she meets Orlando in the forest, she inspires him to make her love to her, taking her to be his own Rosalind. Here, the audience and Rosalind know the fact, but Orlando does not know that she is Rosalind. He takes her to be Ganymede. Number 2. Another dramatic irony is found in Phoebe's falling in love with Ganymede. Phoebe is a shepherdess. She ignores the love of Sylvius and madly falls in love with handsome Ganymede. She does not know the real identity of Ganymede, who is none but a woman, Rosalind. The audience knows the things which Phoebe does not know. Number 3, again we find dramatic irony when Rosalind meets her father in the forest of autumn. In the forest, Rosalind, disguised as Ganymede, talks to her father, Duke Senior, and makes him promise that if he finds his daughter, Rosalind, he will marry her to Orlando. Here, Duke Senior cannot recognize his own daughter, but the audience knows that Ganymede is his daughter, Rosalind. Question 39. Write a short character sketch of Banished Duke. Answer. The Banished Duke is the Duke Senior, father of Rosalind, the heroine of As You Like It. He is a philosopher, a poet, and an optimist rolled into one. To him, life in the forest is sweeter than that in the court. In the forest, he enjoys freedom, innocence, and beauty of life. There, he is exempt from cares and anxieties, and can find tongues in trees, books in running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. The Duke is an optimist by nature. He always looks at the bright side of things. He is gentle and kind. He never utters a single word of bitterness against his usurping brother, and never thinks of taking revenge on him. His sweetness of disposition is also seen in his treatment of Orlando. When Orlando demands food from the Duke at the point of sword, the Duke softens the situation by his kind behavior. He has a strong paternal love for his daughter, Rosalind. Thus, the banished Duke is a man of cool temper, noble character, sane, genial, hospitable, and thoughtful for others. Question 40. Comment on the banished Duke's importance in the structure of the play as you like it. Answer. The banished Duke plays an important part in As You Like It. He contributes a lot to the solidarity of his structure. If the Duke was absent in the play would lack the depth, philosophy, and a good deal of serious tone. He influences the actions and characters in the play. Being banished by his younger brother, he went to the forest of autumn. In search of him, lords flocked to the forest. When Rosalind was banished, she went to the forest partly in search of him. The usurping Duke went to the forest to kill him, but after meeting a saintly kind of man, he became a converted man and decided to live a religious life. Thus, the banished Duke is the center of many events in the play. He plays a vital role in the play. Question 41. Give a short character sketch of Jack. Answer. Jack is one of the most interesting characters in As You Like It. He appears in the play as a spoilt man who has seen only the seamy side of life. He is the melancholy Jack who can suck melancholy out of a song as a weasel sucks eggs. His melancholy is compound of many elements, the products of his travels and recollections. It is a melancholy of his own. His melancholy is different from the melancholy of the scholar, or of the musician, or of the courtier, or of the lawyer, or of the lady, or of the lover. Jack is a chartered critic of the universe. To him, life is nothing but folly and futility. He divides a man's life into 7 stages. Number 1, infancy. Number 2, childhood. Number 3, the lover. Number 4, the soldier. Number 5, the justice. Number 6, old age. And number 7, mental dementia and death. However, it is to be noted that Jack here describes only the unpleasant aspects of every stage in the life of a man. Being a cynical philosopher, he takes notice only of the seamy side of human life. For his life there is no happy ending. When the play ends with the happy marriages of the 4 pairs, he remains unhappy. When the banished Duke is restored to his dukedom, Jack does not return with him. Instead, he flies to Duke Frederick, who is now turned and ecstatic. Thank you, friends, for watching my video.